Hi guys, Coach Allie right here, and I figured I would take about 30 minutes or so to talk to you about endurance nutrition and a sample meal you could actually have, but actually start with, what a calorie is to how many, the percentages of each macronutrient, carbs, proteins, and fats. That we should all be intaking, as well as, why and how to calculate that. I thought it'd be extremely helpful. So welcome, guys. Oh, my cousin's on here. Hello, Daisy. Okay, so what are calories? Does anybody know? No one? Nobody? All right, well, they're a measure of how much energy of food or any drink liquid contains, right? So for the normal human being, I want to say sedentary but non-active individual, I just want to put this into perspective for you. They're intaking a lot less macronutrients, which are carbs, proteins, and fats, than the normal individual. So if we break this down into percentages, in terms of calories, a normal individual should be intaking anywhere from, I think, 10 to 35% from protein. Most of their nutrients from carbs. Hi, Maria. And then the rest is fat. So that's like 35%-ish. Now, for endurance athletes, most should be derived from carbs. That's calories, that is. Around a little over 51% or so. 18% protein, I'll explain that in a second, and 33% fat. Now the reason why I don't, hi Jamie, don't stop. Now the reason why I don't, hold anything tied to a number specifically in terms of, especially for endurance nutrition, is everyone's activity level is very, very different. And what's the best way to explain this? It's important to really track and log how much activity you're doing so you understand the energy being lost through a caloric deficit and through your macronutrients. Also being dehydrated, because about 20% of the water that we intake daily comes from our food, or it should. We have someone, I'm trying to get cut so I eat less calories, all healthy fats and fruits and vegetables. That's great, and it sounds like I'm not sure if you're trying to get like bulk and jacked like for a bodybuilding show. Not my expertise, but I'm very well aware that how that works. I've observed it. However, if you're trying to tone, that's a great way to tone, but also it all really is contingent. It depends on your BMI, so your height ratio to your age, as well as your activity, physiological features, all that jazz. And by the way, I don't have a filter. Zero. No eyelash filter today, guys. None. I was thinking about putting on sunglasses, but then I was like, what the heck? It's like winter here. But that's a great question. So I want to dive into, I don't want to miss anything. I was just getting to BMI. First of all, you want to understand how much energy your body needs, really needs on a personal level, in terms of quality nutrients. Forget the calories, because I will fully admit, I have a sweet tooth. I'm using this as an example, but Probolt gummies are empty calories. There's no, real nutrients there, besides maybe, since I happen to be a runner, I might need the electrolytes and the water, but that's about it. Sodium, no. So things like I just mentioned, your lifestyle, your size, your body type, your age, those all will come into play when you're actually calculating with a nutritionist, which I am not a nutritionist. Let me just say I am an endurance nutrition coach, meaning that I could help any individual with advising them and coaching them, helping them with the tools and resources to help to get them to their nutritional goal in tandem with their training program. But I think training goes hand in hand with nutrition, and I'm going to speak to why I believe that so closely, even though it does as a fact. What do I think about Quest bars? Ditch them. I think they're too sugary, which brings me to a good point, Daisy. I was going to introduce R bars as when I got into endurance training fuel. So as I'm training personally for my sub 3 hour goal, and as a coach to my runners, I always say, you know, before high intensity track workouts or really, you know, workouts, tempo runs, speed workouts that involve higher intensities of training, and it's going to default to glycogen, glucose, which comes from carbohydrates, a lot quicker than if we train our bodies to rely on fat, high shelves, as fuel, which is for lower intensities and longer runs, or should be. I would go to R bar, and it's not because I'm an ambassador. Like, they're legit. There's also like literally 6 ingredients in all of them. They're friendly for all dietary types. Dairy-free, vegan, gluten-free. Like, I don't, you know, I personally, I know there's a lot of people out there that, you know, need to watch what they eat, but these are really good to eat. I would say before an interval, like a very hard workout, tempo run, yes, not before an easy run, but we'll get there soon. And then after, to replenish all of the muscle fibers that you like tore, there's a protein bar. And I really happen to like this flavor, but I'm showing this to you so you could kind of get a good visual. I'll share the links in my bio. You could find them easily on Amazon. This right here is 11 grams of protein, and it has 6 ingredients. There's a lot of different flavors. I love the matcha orange. I'm getting a box tomorrow because I'm doing a giveaway with them. And I love the peanut butter and jelly. These are just what I have because I don't eat them. But that might be involved in the giveaway. I love the questions. Wow. Vitamins. Yes, tons of vitamins. I'm going to address your questions as we go because that's the purpose of this chat, but also to educate you guys a little bit on how to basically calculate your caloric intake based on like quality nutrients, and to do so in an accurate way, not like because a magazine said, yeah, take 2,000 calories in. It's like, no, please don't do that. So as far as vitamins go, well, we're going to go to supplements. Vitamins are included. So micronutrients, what's involved in micronutrients are vitamins and minerals. So my most recent favorite, actually my boyfriend and I got this. He swears by it. It makes sense because he's an ex-boxer. You'll see what I mean in a second. But calcium magnesium citrate, okay, the liquid version. It tastes like tart, but it is honestly like, it also, I didn't even realize it has vitamin D3 in it, which is really good for immunity, health, and your bones. So women, ladies on here, who you walk, you run, we get older, like age is just a number, but it's best to stay healthy. This helps with bone density, especially for runners. So ladies, when you lift heavy, for example, you don't want your bones to crack. I'm kidding. That would never happen. But, we want to get ahead of the game. Preventative injury happens in nutrition and in the training phase when you are applying that to proper sleep and not overtraining. With a structured training program, all of which a coach like me can provide you with. I saw Jimmy Don't Stop on here. He's another great coach as well. Sorry, Jimmy, if I just threw you out there like that, but so this is just very, very good. It has also a lot of vitamins, but I basically use it to help keep me calm. It helps me sleep very well. And also it's a full immunity booster. I have actually something else I want to show you guys since we're on this topic. But ionic zinc, this is also a really good metabolic booster, which I'm about to get to in a minute. And it supports immunity. That's actually why I take it. And so if you're feeling fatigued, Here it is. This is by Elderberry Hill. There you go. Ta-da, ta-da. It's amazing. So, you know, and also I've noticed a lot less fatigue during the day while taking these two. You're very welcome. In addition to biotin, which has a lot of vitamin B as well. So that, yes, I feel like I'm missing something. Black seed oil, guys, since we're in a pandemic. Black seed oil. Grabbing it from my fridge. I'm crazy about this. And Shelby, do not laugh. Black seed oil. This stuff, I had the coronavirus in April. And Maria, I'm glad this is what you need because we got you right here. Black seed oil. So this is a very affordable version. $20. This does wonders. This is like everything good in a bottle. I like want to hold on to it like my baby. I don't have a kid, by the way, yet. Well, I didn't even realize it was vegan friendly. Who knew? It's a great source of omegas, 6 and 9, but really it helps boost immunity and helps like rid any congestion. So when I was recovering, and I think I still am, from chest congestion, from COVID I had in April, this helped with my cough because I had a residual cough. I don't know if any of you had a similar benefit or not benefit, effect, but it's just gross. And yeah, no, we're not getting into that. So getting to metabolism, what is that? Does anyone know? It's when our bodies are able to use foods that I'm about to show you as energy. So food is energy. Now, when you boost your metabolism, your body is more efficient in doing that. Amazing, right? Oh my gosh, science. However, the amount is contingent on the individual. So just think, if you're looking at something, let me give you numbers. Write this down. A pound is 0.45 kilograms, okay? So if you are looking at, like ounces, not ounces, like, grams, and that is probably something you want to look at. Now, in terms of liters, so I use my Cozy Roo water bottle. I love it. Really good because this is not an ad, by the way. It's really good. Hello, Rosie Runs. You'll appreciate this nutrition talk. It's really good because it keeps your water cold or hot, whatever you want to put in it. But water is good too. So if you just think my current micro goal, and you guys feel free to use it, is drinking a gallon a day. And at first I was like, how do I measure that? So obviously you need to, how much that is in order to adequately do it. And so I converted it to ounces. And then, from there, which a gallon is 128, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, fluid ounces. So that's what I've been using. And it's like a lot of water. However, this is now, what I'm saying is specific to endurance athletes. And I'm talking about distance runners, like marathons and up, arguably 5Ks and up, depending on, what your body needs. So if you are someone that's really tall and lean, you're super athletic, but your body just doesn't really hold on to fat very well, you're probably going to need to eat more because, either you're burning more, which I'd have to guess if you were adequately supplying yourself with enough nutrient foods based on your BMI, which we just spoke about, or I would definitely refer you out to a doctor if there was something off there. That might be a medical condition, and that's out of my wheelhouse. So I actually, I want to show you my groceries, but I also want to go over what to eat around workouts and timing, because I know that this has been a very hot topic. I've been asked endlessly, and I have a new program. Sorry, guys. I have a new program coming out. TBD on the date, one thing at a time, because I want to take a really, really good time with this endurance nutrition guide. I feel like it'll be very valuable for you, and just it'll be beneficial. I would like to see it happen. Hello, Oliver. Hello, Sarah. So I'm going to go over a few things here that I have. I just went grocery shopping. So, oh my gosh. This is like, you guys are going to think I'm crazy. But, kale. Is anyone else a fan? Well, it could actually be really yummy, and if you put it in a scramble, I make egg scramble with this. I put it in omelets. It's delicious in salads too. It's really, really, really healthy. Rich in antioxidants. It makes your it's actually really good for your teeth, believe it or not. It has vitamins in it, it has iron in it, but I wouldn't default to that as iron necessarily, like as a sole source, but you know, of course it has it. I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure that's it. It doesn't have a lot of calories at all, and water definitely comes from this. So, any kale. I would just stick to the organic if you can, just because you don't know what anything is cooked in. Nowadays, it's best to cook our own food, especially with the virus out there. Cool. All right. So this gets better. This is okay. Okay. Shh, don't tell that I got pre-chopped bell peppers. There's only so many hours in a day. I'm making an excuse, but at least they're natural. So we got peppers in here, and we got mushrooms. Like, these are a few of my favorite things. So, mushrooms are, they're a great source of calcium. They're rich in fiber, protein. Bell peppers, they actually have a lot of water in them, and they apparently have some potassium and fiber, but I wouldn't, again, default to that. However, it's good to know. Right? All right. Now, this is the best part. So, call me a weirdo. But I'm a huge fan of lentil pasta. I guess I started eating it because actually I started cooking and then I started dating my boyfriend 3 years ago. He's gluten-free, and so I love pasta. So, yum, run to eat. What up? Now, right here, this is the funnier part. So first of all, red lentil pasta, lots of protein, okay? Lots of like everything we need. Yes, potassium too, but great electrolyte. Himalayan salt. I put this in, not so much as in my drinking water, as in the water I cook like pasta with, or, broil broccoli with or anything, because it's not stripped of all of its natural minerals. And also, it does really, like, for example, if you're on mile 18 of a marathon, or if you're running your first mile, or if you're on a walk and you have some muscle spasms, all like magnesium, everything I just said, zinc, all of the proper nutrients could help you, but so can this. This is a lot better than table salt, okay? Which has zero nutritional value. This is all natural, and as we sweat, when we do anything throughout the day, we kind of lose that energy through our sweat. This is a good way to replace it, and when you're boiling it with pasta, it's easier to do that. So, okay, I'm saving my favorite for last, but apples. Now, do you guys know a thing or two about apples? Lots of vitamins and A, C, and water. Yum. Antioxidants too. Yes, Maria, I'm so happy you agree. They're really, really good. We have eggs. I love this. Let's see, eggs, guys. I mean, really good staple. They're easy. I get the natural eggs, good protein, good carbs. Love to throw this on, like, after a good intense run. to throw these on whole wheat toast or gluten-free bread, which I have right here. It's really not that bad, but if you guys want to know, there are options. It is a little pricey, but you know, the only reason I'm getting this is again because you know, I happen to be dating someone that's gluten-free, but it's really not that bad when you throw cheese on it, which is another thing. Cheese, calcium, okay? What else do we got here? We got 3 more things. Okay, cool. So, to lose weight, if you're watching your caloric intake, my biggest suggestion would be to eliminate any sort of condiments and eating out. I guess it's a twofold. But using things like Earth Balance olive butter, it's vegan. This is not butter, okay? It has omega-3s. You need fats. Remember that 33% fat arbitrary marker. You could use that. Hi, Cheryl. This is, yes, gold. And it also tastes good. It's made with olive oil, which has its own benefits too. And just, it's not butter. So, yes, I'd really recommend, like, enjoying the taste of food and not overdoing it in the sauces. Now, do not get me wrong. I still preach balance. Love it. Eat that cookie. I actually just had a conversation with one of my clients about this as I was doing a nutrition plan. It's not about mixing everything at once. It's about, you know, let's just hypothetically say I was trying to cut out cookies for health reasons. I would start by trying to cut out a quarter a night because that's a smarter goal. Smart, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic time, you know, time focus. So within a month, and I know that might seem silly, but it's really, really, really not. It's not silly. Like, I'm honored that it's my first time watching. Oh my God, it's your first time. Yay. Hi. Welcome to my live. I'm going over nutrition, actually really important things that will benefit you and result you for your life in the long run. Not trying to be dramatic, but this stuff is true. So less condiments is more nutrients. Now we have broccoli over here, which I talked about. Lots of good greens, vitamins, minerals. And like I said, you could add the Himalayan salt when you're like steaming these in, like, on your oven. Not on your oven, on your stove. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is my favorite. I had to save it because this is kind of my vice. Okay, I love almond butter. Love. However, the peanut butter company, I like Smooth Operator and white chocolate or white chocolatey. Really, really good, easy fats, proteins. I default to like 1 or 2 spoonfuls if I'm about to go on, like, I don't know, an unlimited 800 meter repeat track workout or something like that. Something that is around like 150, 200 calories and is not going to upset my stomach. I've trained with it. I don't just jump to this during race day because, by the way, endurance athletes and anyone on here, anything you eat, you know, it might upset your stomach sometime. And then you're like, oh, I shouldn't eat that. Same thing applies to like everything. So if you are training for something like a running race, or if you are, you know, just trying to change up your diet to the Mediterranean diet by eliminating just a little bit of dairy. That's my favorite type of diet and sustainable. Side note. Happy to talk more, but it's just the way to go. So Chobani yogurt. This is like my real source of protein and calcium. I love, love, love these. Especially, you know, after, you know, as like a snack after any, you know, lower intensity run. After an easy run, I need more fuel. And definitely recommend eating within 2 hours. But yes, this is the best part. I put this in this, okay? And I happen to also put blackberries in them. They're loaded with antioxidants and fiber, and like they're delicious. I go through the thing like a night, which, you know, again, so speaking to my weight lossers, 2 things to keep in mind. Cut out the condiments and don't do portion control. That crap does not work. Shit, excuse my French, but it doesn't. You want to not do that, and you know, you just want to make sure that you are calculating your BMI correctly, using your height, your weight, how active you are. If you need help, I'm happy to, help you out. info@runwithalli.com is my email, my links in my bio. For endurance athletes and runners or aspiring runners to be, or if you're just literally, you walk, and I'm so happy you move your body every day. That's all I can say. You need to do those same things, but you probably want to kind of treat your body like you are from a performance standpoint. So no, I'm not saying like go and sprint something, but even in walkers, like you want to be able to perform that activity of walking daily. So you need to be nourishing your body with quality nutrients in order to do that. And if you're trying to lose weight, in order to do that, that's a different story, and I'm happy to discuss that. Contact me. But it took me a long time, and this is where I was going to completely share my personal story, and I'm going to just really go through it real quick so you guys have a better idea of why this endurance nutrition is very close to my heart. So I had a very big eating disorder. Like, it was not good. I would look at myself in the mirror and I just saw something that wasn't there. And I was so obsessed with the way I looked. I was so self-conscious. And like now I'm a runner with a butt. And like I feel confident in saying that because it's been a while. Runners, I know you could relate. Shelby, I know you're laughing. It feels good to feel good, is my point. And, this was my own fault. Jimmy, if you're still on here, you definitely know this, but, at Equinox, I was always like, I really, really was just there to learn. And, I started comparing myself and just being like very like self-conscious of my looks for some reason. Especially when I got injured. I just like felt like it took all of my confidence away. And this is like 5 years ago at this point. And, I learned, through actually rehabbing myself back to healthy, but, I had lost the one thing I was passionate about. And if any of you have been injured, I'm sure you could relate. Hello, Ashton. And it's, so there I am defeated. And that's, by the way, how I started boxing and the story of how my cross training, story evolved. But yeah, I always felt the need to look like the best. And what that did as a runner training, for the Boston Marathon, it took it away from me. I got injured the second time I was going to run it. And I was like too stubborn to admit that I was injured. I remember specifically when it happened too. I was just, so we don't just say that drinking water is important. It's important for everybody. Of course, my 120 fluid ounces is a lot, but you don't want your muscles to be like beef jerky almost when you are running. So I was like dehydrated, just not eating. I'm telling you my story because I want you to understand the background behind this, and maybe you could relate and just understand what to not do. So didn't eat, was tired, just didn't get enough sleep. Jumped on the scale mill like a genius. That was sarcastic. Don't do that. And it's a dynamic treadmill, like you move it. So I was going to do strides, and right then and there I pulled something in my hamstring, and I knew it was not good, but guess what? I hopped off and I kept working out. Yep. And it got worse, and I'm very fortunate that it was not my femur that was fractured, but I definitely had sciatica or piriformis syndrome, and a quad strain in my right leg. It sucked. I also hurt my right shoulder that summer, and like me and several doctors of physical therapy I'm still trying to figure out because it's like there's some muscle that's just inflamed always. What muscle in my rotator cuff it is, like what are we talking about, like supraspinatus, subscapularis, doesn't matter. I just just promise me you will eat for endurance, because it's gonna help you so much and it makes people happy. Food is like awesome, and I can't wait to eat this all. But that's what has inspired, my personal story and my reason for specializing in endurance nutrition coaching, because I've experienced and I've seen both, of course, read and educated myself on what it does and what it could not do. And having experienced both, I want to say I'm actually very lucky. Over the pandemic, I, as a fitness assessment, ran a half marathon in 1:26, an hour and 26 minutes, which is 3 minutes off my PR, and I was not training for a half marathon specifically at all. I've never felt stronger. I was running at my leanest because, there is a safe way to lean out during the taper phase, and you want to run at your leanest but your strongest. However, you don't want to do that while you're training, because you need to fuel your training. During your hard workouts, you need to be able to rip through those 400 meter repeats or whatever it is that you're doing, to work on your anaerobic endurance, speed endurance, which that's way over your head. But just simply know that food for endurance athletes literally is fueling your body. It's giving your body the energy, the calories it needs to use as fuel. And there are different ways to train glucose and, ketones or fat as fuel. So during long runs, for example, Daisy, the reason why I said run, I would say run below 65% of your max heart rate, because you are revving up your fat burning engine, which is, that comes from slower, lower intensity running. And once you train your body to have the ability to do that, and you're racing a marathon, for example, or just any race, and you just need to tap into those glycogen stores, which that happens, those wipe away after sprints, intervals, tempo runs, you name it, any speed work. That's going to be really efficient, because probably, and actually scientifically, you will run further faster while exerting less effort, and you'll see that you're exerting less effort, probably feel, but by looking at your heart rate over time as it decreases, because your body is able to use oxygenated blood at a more efficient rate. You're able to pump more blood through your heart, and then voila, the magic happens. So that is, I didn't even talk about meals, the third part, but I'm loving this conversation here. So what do I think about a sweat belt? A sweat belt, to hold your fuel. I actually ran the past several marathons with one. I'm a fan. I think there are better ones than others, for sure. Lots on Amazon, but that's a good question, and I think that's what you mean by that. I'm just gonna tell you what I eat before. I'm just gonna tell you what I eat. So I wrote notes because there's a lot on here, but we're just gonna go based off memory. So, anyways, if I have a very intense workout in the morning. First thing, I really like to get those done first thing, because I dread them. Speed work is my weakness, which I've been working, so I know that's why I'm making a joke out of that. But I will have something pretty carb heavy the night before. Maybe I'll have a spoonful of peanut butter or a bite of a banana, but nothing really heavy. Otherwise, I'll probably throw up. To facilitate recovery, I definitely drink more magnesium, which I just showed you guys. Again, here it is. But I also have protein. So I go to my my R bars here, within 30 minutes after my runs. So I could just repair all basically the muscle fibers that have just torn apart, and I want them to reheal even stronger. Before my long runs. So before my long runs, I make sure to heavy up on carbs. And I don't mean I'm going to pack pasta in. I mean, there's carbs in a lot of things, everything I just showed you. Pretty much. Actually, yeah. Besides, maybe the peppers. Okay, so like eggs on toast. or pasta and broccoli with sweet potatoes. Something like that. 0 condiments, great. What's another good one? A snack. Ooh, a snack on the go. I love One Bars as well. They taste like candy. I love Pro Bowl gummies. That's not that either. They actually are full of electrolytes and vitamin B, and they're, gonna help you from experiencing spasms along your races. Yeah, and then, after any run, I make sure to have both carbs and protein. Both. Not just protein. Carbs are what endurance athletes, distance runners, anything from 0.01 miles, which is maybe that much and beyond. It's just the number one source of fuel for any human being also, to get our energy. So I'm personally against low carb diets, but they do work great for some people. And Shannon, thank you. This is actually from a marathon, this jacket. I don't even know which one, but it's comfy. I appreciate that. So, I know there was a lot of information to throw at you guys, but I think that it's good to be aware also to let you know that I kindly do kind of specialize in endurance nutrition for athletes as a nutrition coach. So be free to holler at me whenever you would like. My email again is info@RUNWITHALLI, ALLI.com, and the link in my bio redirects you to everywhere you need to go to contact me. I am releasing habit trackers, but I'm working on getting that up on my site because I am a one-woman show, so bear with me. Thank you for your patience in advance, and I hope you found this helpful. Never hesitate to ask me any questions whatsoever. De nada. And I will see you all tomorrow at 1:15 p.m. We're holding a 60-minute plank. Woo! See you guys then. Fuel up before it. You already know what to eat. Ciao. Have a great evening. You're welcome.